Trond in Norway writes, "Hey Paul, there are a lot of cables in my stereo system. Join the club, bud. I use AudioQuest all around. Me too. Power, loudspeaker, balanced interconnects. I have water and earth interconnects. And forgive me, I have never figured out AudioQuest's naming. Water and earth, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. They've got birds and water and, I get it. Names are hard to come up with. None of it makes any sense to me, so I have no clue what any of that is. But I am curious of your take on where to put the better ones between the source and the pre, or between the pre and the power. Well, that's a common question that we get. If you can only have a certain level of cable, of quality of cable, where is the most effective place to put it? And the answer to that, of course, unfortunately, depends a lot on circumstances. So as we know, equipment, speakers, cables are all in a system that has to have some level of synergy, right? It's just the way it is. It's nothing perfect. So anytime you have a complex collection of something and you don't have the perfect interface and you don't have the perfect equipment, which frankly, none of which exists, so we have to accept that none of it is perfect, then this one has a little bit of that, and this one has a little bit of that. And when we connect them together, we want the cable that will bring the greatest level of synergistic sound to the system. So it's really hard to determine which one is going to make the most difference. In my experience and in my equipment that we have, the higher the level, the greater the difference. That's been my experience. So in general, that's where I start. I will go between the preamp and the power amp, and I'll put my best cable. I will go from, well, speaker cables are incredibly important, but they're speaker cables, right? They're not interconnects. So the one that goes from, say, my CD or my DAC to my preamp doesn't seem to be quite as critical as the one that goes from the preamp to the power amp. But that's just in my experience and with our equipment and in our situation. So it's all to do with synergy. So that's where I would start and then experiment and just see which works best in your system and the synergy that you need to make everything fly. Okay? Good luck.